Hello everyone, this is Chris Surface here with SDI course FTT 111. Today we'll be working on week 8's final project. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure our aluminum block here, the length and width, and get our 3 equal measurements on here so we can have one for each one of our fasteners. Once I get the measurements, I will then use layout fluid that I have here to cover the aluminum, take my calipers, scribe across, mark my center points, and then I have a center punch that I will go through and punch each one of the centers. Okay, now that I have marked all my centers, I have also center punched each one of the holes. I will use my drill press to drill out each one of these holes in preparation for tapping them. Okay, I got all 3 of the holes drilled out. I will now use my tap and put threads inside of each hole. Okay, now I have the holes tapped. I will insert a fastener to show that they are working. There's one of the fasteners. Two of the fasteners, and here goes the third. And that is all 3 fasteners. Alright, as you can see here, I have the block. I have a fastener that I cut the head off with a Dremel. I will be using extractor to extract this from here. First off, I'm going to take my center punch, mark it in the center. From there, since the drill bit did not chuck up in my drill press, I have to use a hand drill. So now I want to center it up the best I can. I'm going to put it on a little lower speed, and then we will begin to drill the hole, holding it as straight as possible. Once we have drilled down so far into the hole, I got a little bit of canned air here. I'm going to blow it off here. We will take our extractor, feed it in. I did not go quite deep enough as my extractor is not bottom out like it should, so we will drill it back out some more. We'll try this again. I'm almost out of canned air. Put the bit in there, and now what we'll do is we will slowly extract this out. As you can see, it is coming out of there. And there we have it. We've extracted this successfully. Okay, so I went ahead and got the other fasteners put in the way they're supposed to. They According to the video, we were supposed to cross thread one. I did a severe cross thread on this one, and the other one I have damaged the head. On the severe cross threaded one, I'm going to go ahead and remove that one, and then once I get it removed, I will come back in a few minutes to, actually I will go ahead and work on the tapping to refix the threads. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and tap out this hole. Add a little tap oil to it. Line it back up straight. Slowly feed it in. And re-straighten the threads. And there it goes in there. That is deep enough to fix all the threads, so we will check it out and see if it actually fixed it. So there's that pulled back out, and let's see if it actually worked. And voila, it worked. Okay, now that that's back in, we'll go ahead and work on this next one. We'll go ahead and clean up the burrs that are on there. I just left it in the vise because it's easier to control this way. Now the outside's deburred, I will take another file and go on the inside, deburred as well. Okay, I have that deburred, I will go ahead and extract it, and then we will clean it up and prepare it for bluing. Okay, so now I got my fastener cleaned up. I'm going to use some acetone, and then I'm going to use the perma-blue to blue it before reinstalling it. I'm going to use a cotton swab to dip into my acetone. Coat it real good, clean it all up, make sure I get inside of there where there's no metal, dirt, or anything like that. So while that's drying, I'm going to grab another cotton swab. Once I verify it is dry, it looks dry, I'm going to go ahead and use the perma-blue on it to turn it back to blue. As you can tell, it has turned back to being blue. Okay, now that I've got it rinsed off and ready to go, I will reinstall the fastener. We'll go ahead and put it on. And now we will screw it in. Now, when it comes to this bluing, if you want a darker blue, you repeat the process a few times to make it darker. But for what we're doing now, this will work. There we go, the fastener is reinstalled. So for all the tools I used with this, I used what SDI sent with me. I used the PermaBlue bluing compound, the calipers, the aluminum plate, the lab book, the 6x48 tap handle, the 6x48 tap, the spiral fluid extractor, the jobber, the number 31 jobber bit, the 564 jobber bit, drill bit, the 364 center drill, and the 6x48 Phillips screws. I used all three of those. I also utilized my screwdrivers, acetone, some Daikin steel blue. I used a center punch, a spring-loaded center punch. I used the files that were sent to me by SDI. I bought this Tap Magic and used it. I used a hand drill. I used a Dremel with a cutting wheel. I used this abrasive emery cloth. I also used my drill press. And I think that's all. And I also used my bench vise. I think it is all the tools I used for this job.